Hello and welcome back to our class in Excel beginners. Um, Today we want to talk about managing data. We have talked about simple calculations and formulas. So how do we manage data? How do we run around this particular tool? It's an office tool, yeah, called Excel. So we want to understand how to organize, both manage multiple workbooks or worksheets in a workbook and learn to rename, move, copy, and the rest of them and link sheets. So we are going to be coming back here to make sure that we have answered all these questions. But then we are going to be needing something larger to be able to deal with this. And because of that, we are going to look for how to generate, let's see how to generate data. That's a bonus spec, so you just stick with me because I'm not going to be typing all those. I'm rather going to find a way to generate them. And that's what I want to achieve now. So I go to chat GPT, right? Don't mind my screen. I go to chat GPT. So mine is a bit, I integrated what the, is it AI RPM into it. So that's why the interface looks different, but that's by the way. So my basic concern is I want to get just how what do I put it, what do I tell you to do, which what do I use? Okay, let me say I want to use a random number of um, um, oh, what do I, okay, sales data, or should I use class results? Okay, generate something random. I'm giving my prompt now. Generate a random data of 100 students showing their individual scores in 10 different subjects. So let's just make do with that. So it's already compiling it. Let's wait till it's done. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. It's talking to itself right now. Okay. Would you like the full data set? Yeah, I want the data set, so I would rather tell it to give me everything. Yes, I need that to be exported. So, and yeah, it has given me a link to download, so I'll just click to download. Yep, this is like this chat GPT crazily working for you. So it's, if you don't know, you will just be typing. But now I just went ahead to generate something that is random, right? Very random. I'm still waiting for the file to load. Okay, fine. So this is it. Now because it is random, it didn't want to, let's even see whether it's correct. Subject 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is correct, right? Now how many number this is? 1, 2. Let's see where it ended. Exactly 100. So now this is basically what we want to use. Now remember I've taught us formatting, so I will just go ahead to put maybe just the what do you call it, the borders around this so that it can be easy to work with. I will zoom in a bit, yeah, so it can also be visible, right? So this is what it typically looks like, a student score sheet. So now let's go back to our what we want to achieve. We said we want to be able to sort the data. Now that's one of the problems. So before we can be able to sort this data, we can either select it this way, right? Select it this way and then click here and say sort from smallest to largest. Now it is careful. It can actually tell you from smallest to largest because it knows that you are dealing with numbers, right? So if I click sort from smallest to largest, let's see what happens. Expand selection. You see what happens? It's sorting across board. So this guy, the student number with the code 23, is the one that got the lowest. There are 4 of them actually that got the lowest in mass. Do you get? Now again, I'm coming back to this one. Now I want to sort from the number 1 to 100 as it was before. Now I go to A to Z again. Are you seeing it? It's no longer telling me from smallest to largest because it knows that this is not just numbers. These are like letters. So the option is sort from A to Z. I click on it. Why it's asking me to expand option is because it wants to sort everything and rearrange them so that you don't sort this and then all these figures are remaining. So that's why I am expanding the selection. And when I expand it, it has sorted it as it was before. Now, if you want to avoid that pop-up from coming up, then you may have to transform this to a table. When you transform to a table, Excel looks at it as a separate entity. It is quite easier to work with, but it has its own computational issues, in the sense that if a sheet is literally maybe 5 KB, if you turn it to a table, it may get up to 7 KB. It's actually heavier, so that's on the side. But now let's still turn it to a table so that we can be able to move around easily. So what I did is to highlight everywhere within the range of my data, and I'll click Ctrl C. Now it's asking me, do your table have headers? I just click yes. Now it is a table. If I want to sort, it's not going to pop out. I just need to come here now, right? I will need to just come look at this thing that looks like a downward arrow on all the subjects, including the student ID. Now if I come here and I click from smallest to largest, it's not going to ask me any other question. It just sorts it immediately. I can come to biology and I click from smallest to largest. It does the same thing for biology. I can come to student's ID from A to Z. It sorts. Now that pop-up doesn't come out again, right? From Z to A, it also sorts for me. But for the sake of our data, I'm going to reverse this from being a table, right? I just want it to be that raw data that we know. Now, as it is here now, how do we move around? I don't want what do I call, how do I put it? Okay, filter. Let's talk about filter first before we now talk about copying, cutting, pasting, and the rest of them. So sorting data, applying basic filters to view specific data. So how do I do this now? I want to see only, okay, let me now put total score, or let me say average score. So because with this average score, I want to see those that performed above a specific average. I've told us how to calculate average and the rest of them. I double click and it goes all the way to the end, right? So now in my sorting, I want to sort from A to Z, right? Sorry, I want to sort from, yeah, it's not seeing this as a number, it's still seeing it as a letter. So sometimes it happens that way. But now the main thing that I've sorted from the highest to the lowest, the largest to the smallest. So the person that has the best score here is 82.9, and that is student with code 58, and he got 100 in economics. That's quite impressive, but the person seems to do poorly in literature, but that's quite impressive. Now let's see students that only had people that only had maybe from 70 and above, right? So I'm going to use filter now. It's no longer sorts. So when I put a filter, when I clicked on filter, this particular drop down arrow came up just by the bottom right of the cells, right? So I'm going to do another follow-up video to close up on this. Time is already up, but remember that we just applied a filter button and we are about to filter. See you in the next one.